Everyone, I'm back. I have a vintage haul for you today. I like to go to the thrift store and I've picked up a lot of items, and I know people like to watch to see what other people find at the thrift store. And I've listed all of this stuff on my website at thepaintedphotographer.com. If you'd like to head on over there, if you see anything that you like and you think you can't live without. I have a lot of holiday decor this time, so check it out. Here's what I got. First off, Nutcracker salt and pepper shakers. Nutcrackers are hot this year. I'm not sure why, but they are. And when I seen these nutcrackers, they are so cute. Salt and pepper shakers. Little spice jars. They're vintage green glass with some chrome lids on them. They're small. They do have a spot here that you can, there's for a label. So if you are a Cricut person with some vinyl, you could probably put a garlic powder or something on there. That would be kind of fun. But these are really, really pretty green glass. Here is a wood box that I thrifted. I painted it Kissing Booth, DIY paint Kissing Booth, and then I put the rose chintz paint inlay around the entire thing. It's really, really sweet, would make a nice little trinket holder for a little girl's dresser. Store all of her earrings so she doesn't lose them. Here's a red beaded tree. I like this thing. I don't know why, but it caught my eye. It's really fussy. You have to, when you get it out every year, I've had it for a couple years now, but it was all matted down. So this time when I got it out, I actually took each individual bead and pulled it, straightened it out so that they were in the right spot. And then it looks pretty darn sweet. I don't know, I like it. The beads are nice and shiny. They're see-through. They look really, really pretty. And it's on a metal base. So there it is. Nice pop of color for your holiday table. A vintage bin. I had these in my bathroom before we remodeled, and I no longer need them. They gave me a ton of shelving that I no longer need them. So I used to put my makeup or my hair products in there. I'd have it sitting on my countertop, and I'd just stick my hair products in there, and it was kind of pretty. It does have a spot for a label on it. I have 3 of them, but I don't know where the other 2 are. So if this one goes, I'll have to hunt up those other 2. These rolling pins are so amazing. So it has engraving on it. That's a reindeer with some sweater type pattern. And then this one is a snowflake that goes all the way around. I looked these up on Pinterest, and that was really cool. The cookie dough that they made was a little bit stiffer cookie dough. And then you roll it all out, and then you roll this rolling pin over the top of it. And then you take a shape cookie cutter, so like a circle or a rectangle or a square or something like that. And then you just cut that shape out, and it has this pattern in it. They were so adorable, but I'm not making cookies, so somebody else can go ahead and use them. I also thought, wouldn't they be kind of cool to put in your IOD clay and make faux cookies? I didn't try it. If they don't sell, I might have to give it a try, but I don't know. What do you think? Brass deer. I love to find these at the thrift store. They have spots on them, which is really kind of cool. It's a set, the buck and the doe. These are pricey. So I don't know. What do you think? I seen Upcycled by Bree had some like this on her site. She found them at the thrift store also. So people must be getting rid of their grandma and grandpa's stuff at the thrift store, because that looks like that is, but they're cool. I like them. I have a bigger set. I have a really tall set that I found at the thrift store. Those are a smaller set. Here's another embossed rolling pin. This one is ceramic. And I didn't look this one up, but it has red handles. But this would just be so pretty sitting on your counter in a display for Christmas, right on your island, or in a tiered tray. It's smaller, it's just adorable, and the ceramic is really, really pretty. Glass mugs with an embossed, engraved deer and trees. 2 of them. They would be super sweet with some hot cocoa in them, or on your hot cocoa bar. I really liked them, and they're thick glass. I like the thickness of them. Mr. and Mrs. Snowman Toy Soldier. I picked these up. They're candle holders. I picked these up with the intention of painting over them and making them, like painting them all black and then painting white over the top and bringing out all this detail. But I looked them up, and they're a hot item as is, and they're really kind of cute. So I left them as is. This one has a snow scene embossed on it, a snowman scene embossed on it, along with a barn quilt on his chest. And she has just some holly and some scrolly designs on her. Look at her little heart belt. They're just really sweet. I got a bunch of cool stuff. Cool stuff. Here is a red teapot with a blue handle, a blue ring on the bottom, and the inside is also blue. And it's got white splatter, perfect white splatter. This is in really, really good condition. It was used at one time, because you can see there's burn marks from if somebody had this over an open fire, or they had it on their cook stove fire. But my intention when I got this was I was going to paint a snowman on here. And then I looked it up. I probably shouldn't paint a snowman on here. So if somebody is looking for a red coffee pot for their holiday decor, this is it. This is really sweet. And then you could also pop this lid open and stick a tree in there if you wanted. You can put a tree in everything. I've been putting trees in everything, especially when I take my pictures for the website. You'll notice that I put trees in everything. Here is a couple of holiday mugs. There's a bear on one side and a deer on the other. There are 2 of them. They are a set. This is from the Pine Lodge. There's a stamping on the bottom, the Pine Lodge. And these are really, really cute. Perfect for that hot cocoa station. Striped green bowls. I loved the color. I loved the pattern. I can just see washing my paintbrush out in this, or the kids eating cereal out of this. It is kind of small, but maybe some pudding or yogurt or something like that. But it is a sweet little kids bowl. It does have some engraving on the bottom, and EG and KS, or some EGW and S. So it has some really good patina. It's got little legs on it. This is really sweet. I put some holiday greenery in here and then stuck a little bottle brush tree in there. Super cute. You'll have to check out those pictures. A copper pot. I don't think that it's real. It might be real copper. It might be. But it's got some awesome patina on it. And it's the bottom. It's good bottom, good inside. There's no rust or anything on it. It just has some really good patina. Now this looks really good with a tree in it. Right? So if you're looking for decor to put a tree in, this is it. And then you take the tree out and you got it for something else. A brown crock bowl. I don't know that I've ever seen one of these before, but it is the crock material. It's that brown crock material, clay, and it's got a glaze on it. It has one little chip on it. Where is it? Right here. I took a picture of that one little chip on it, but otherwise I filled this up with Christmas ornaments. It was good. It was very good. Then I have a duck with a Santa hat on, and he's got a little bit of holly on there. He is a candle holder, but you can just pop a tree in him, and he can hold a Christmas tree. This one might be a little big. He can also hold a smaller one, or you can hold your festive candles, or you can have little candy in there for the kids, because he's made out of resin. It looks wood, but he is made out of resin. A holiday cardinal. He's must be the female cardinal. He's got the little on his head, so he's got to be the cardinal, but probably the female cardinal. And it is a ceramic. It is a tea light holder, but again, I put a bottle brush tree in him, and it looks super sweet. Here was a brown enamel cup, and it was teeny tiny. Like, look at it. It's teeny tiny. I painted a snowman on it. And then I put a bottle brush tree in here. This bottle brush tree is glued in. It's not coming out. Here is a copper potpourri container. It has stamped potpourri on it. It has vents on the top. You can store your potpourri in there, or you can just use it on a shelf because it's copper, and it's got some brass handles and a brass top. No marking on the bottom. A silver reindeer ornament. I don't know why, but I thought this was really sweet. I normally don't pick up just single little tiny things like this, but he was super cute. And then I have a baby spoon. It is even engraved with somebody's name on the back. I just can't read the name. And then there's some embossing on the handle, but I don't think it was curved like that. I think somebody curved it. But here I have a brown crock, another brown crock, and it's missing the handle. There are the holes for it, but it's missing the handle. But if you just hang this spoon right over this crock and then put a tree in it, of course, and it just makes some pretty cute decor. Here was a birdhouse that I picked up at the vintage, at the thrift store, and it had this wood hand-carved bird on the front of it. The roof was like a salmon-y color. It wasn't good. So I painted it aviary in DIY, and I gave it a nice clear finish, and I cleared this all up. It was already white. This bird was brown, and I still liked it like that, so I left it as is. It does have a hole going all the way through it, and then it also has hangers on the back. I know they used to have curtain holders where they would have a hole going through it. I don't know if this is one of them, but it is still super sweet. Seahorse candle holders. I have 3 of them. Somebody must have had them in their decor, and they got rid of all 3 of them. I painted them up with Old 57, and then I waxed them with shipwreck wax, and then I put some gold on them. And they're also like a sand. They had a sand finish on them, so they're nice and textury. They're like sea salt. They're perfect. Then I have this wood bowl, beautiful wood bowl. It is in beautiful condition. And this is from Project 62. Project 62. But it is the wood bowl. I put a tree in here. Yep, I did. Put a tree in here, and it looks really, really super good. Or you can have this for your fruit on your counter. You can have it to just put it on your table and just look pretty, because it's gorgeous wood. Got a few more items. Here are these little Christmas horses that I remember when I was a little girl that my mom had these. I don't know where they came from. I feel like they came from like Home Interior or LTD or something where everybody got them. But these were in the thrift store, and so it just took me back a little bit and I had to go and grab them. Aren't they sweet? So I listed those also. Even though I think they're really cute, I still listed them. Then I have some brass candlesticks. These, one of them has a little bit of green wax in it. I'm gonna try and see if Wilson can clean that out of there. Otherwise, you put something in it anyway, it won't bother you. But the brass is like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's got some really good patina, and there's some really fun candlesticks. You can put your little horse on the top of them. Isn't that sweet? Here is another coffee mug. This is Santa with a snow, oh, he doesn't, yep, he does have a snowman. I thought there was a snowman. Santa with a snowman next to a camper. There's a camper here and a camper there. Another very sweet mug. I like Christmas mugs. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I really do like Christmas mugs. I think they're just really sweet. If I drank coffee, I'd be drinking out of a Christmas mug during the holiday season. On my live, I painted some snowmen on a couple of 45 records, and I have them listed on my website. This is Winter Wonderland, and then this is Frosty the Snowman. Aren't they just sweet? Who would have thought to paint a record? But I found these at the thrift store. My daughter needed them for a play. They were having a 50s play or something. So I got a whole box of records for her. And I was like, hey, I think I can paint on one of them. So of course I painted on 2 of them. She came and quickly got her records so that they weren't all painted. Here is a Dick and Jane, a Christmas storybook. This, if you collect vintage storybooks, vintage kids storybooks, this one is sweet. It's got some really great illustration pictures in them. Or if you're a mixed media artist, I also thought that would be really fun to put in your mixed media, make some cards with them. They're really, really good images. So the last page, I believe it's the last page, some little kid tore it out. So the last page is not finished on there. But it's got the back cover. This is a hardcover book. It also is addressed to Daniel. Dear Daniel. Love, Aunt Vicky. Do you say aunt or aunt? I say auntie most of the time. Here are 2 white reindeer. This one is by far my favorite, but this one is pretty darn sweet as well. They're 2 totally different whites. One is a cream white. This one's more creamy. This is more gray white, if you will. But he's got the plaid bow and the pine cones, and this one has the gold bell. I listed them both in the same listing, but there's 2 separate deer, so you'll have to pick whichever one that you want. But this is some really serious holiday decor here. It's very good. And then last but not least, I have this big holly bucket. Back in the day when they stenciled, someone stenciled holly all the way around this bucket. And I stuck a tree in here, obviously. But this is a very, very large bucket. And I have it listed on my website, not the tree, just the bucket. That's it for my thrift haul. Thanks for watching. If you've seen that I posted day 1 and day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas, I am painting ornaments, wood ornaments like this for 12 days before Christmas. It is every Wednesday and Thursday on my Facebook page, and then I will post the replay here on YouTube. Day 1 was this holly and berries. Day 2 was the cardinal. So I teach you on my Facebook page how to paint these ornaments, and so you can make your own. I have more coming up, so I hope you'll join me over there or watch the replay right here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. If you want any of the products that I use to paint or create, or if you just want to buy some of those super cute vintage items, head on over to thepaintedphotographer.com and I'll ship them right to your front door. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy painting.